Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and I quickly just wanted to give an update. There was also no game according to me today, and or this week, I should say. And really, it's something that I've been fighting with for the longest time, trying to figure out exactly when to do this podcast. Thought about maybe doing it on a Tuesday, and I also thought about maybe doing it I have doing it on Thursdays for a while. So, but and this week, it just really kind of showed me this week because I had so much stuff happening this week on Thursday. Really just showed me having that maybe Thursday isn't the best day for me. Um, so next week I'll be back, and I'll be back with the podcast on Wednesday. It's gonna be Wednesday, so and I think it's gonna be on Wednesday from now on. It's gonna be on Wednesday from now on until the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, we're gonna do it Monday morning. The morning Super Bowl recap, the Super Bowl. Um, and as for afterwards, because really, this is obviously I've tried to make this a weekly program during the football season. Um, So what happens once football ends, right? And I've always had that issue. What happens when football ends? What do we talk about? If it's going to be weekly, do we talk about stuff that's going on weekly with the NBA, with Major League Baseball, other things that are going on and I I kind of feel that is what is going to that's what I'm going to try. I am definitely going to try and do that. But once after the Super Bowl happens, I'm going to probably in the Super Bowl podcast. I'll probably take a couple weeks off of doing the podcast. Um, I'll probably take a couple weeks off of doing the podcast, and what I probably will do is I will do I will at least try to do a podcast every week. I'm not sure what day. I mean, it could be Wednesday because that's might be the best day. It could be Monday morning. It could be it was the beginning of the week. So I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, that's what I do feel. I do think that is what needs to happen. So in the new year. So my my promise to you is I'm going to try my damnedest, try my best to make sure from starting next week that from next week until the Super Bowl that every Wednesday you get the Game According to Me podcast, and you get it, and you get it every Wednesday, and you get it in its entirety. You get because I've been a couple weeks ago, I think I forget some things, and I was just been trying to rush it. But I want to make sure because I can be forgetful. But I want to make sure, especially now, that I do my college football, that I do the pro football. They have the other things to decide as well. Basketball is coming up. We can talk some basketball that happens here and there. So if there's anything anything big that happens. Um, Obviously wrestling. I know you can talk about wrestling too as well. Um, and we got baseball could be coming up. Any major things happening in baseball trades or anything like that. There's a lot of non-tenders happening. Guys like Kyle Schwarber being non-tendered. Free agency hasn't started yet as well. So many things happening. And so over these next couple months, these next 6 or 7 weeks, um, as we head on the way to the Super Bowl, I said, I want to continue to try my best to make sure every week I am here on Wednesday for you doing the Game According to Me podcast. With that being said, because one of the things I want to do is I want to be a content creator. That is my ultimate goal. So, which what I do on Twitch, playing video games, is what I do on YouTube, doing YouTube videos and things like that, and what I do here on this podcast. With all that combined, I want to be a content creator, and I want to make a living from it. And I can't doing that if I am not being consistent in everything that I do. I'm not being consistent in making videos. I just did my That's a Shoot video, and I talked about this on that when I was doing my NXT predictions. I think that's it. That's what I'm doing here. So, I need to be consistent, and I need to not be taking breaks, taking weeks off just because things are getting in the way or anything like that. Still finding time to do it, right? So, and that's what I need to do here with this podcast, and I hope to at some point do that for you starting next week. And then, like I said, up to the Super Bowl, and then once you figure out the Super Bowl, we'll figure out what to do then. But like I said, hopefully every week, and at least every other week, for the podcast on there. So, and then also, combining that, I might be adding other podcasts. I might be adding other things to the things or whatever. So, what I'll have to wait and see. I got a lot of ideas, a lot of bunched up things. So, but yeah, that's really just it. So, again, thank you guys so much for for being here. Thank you guys so much for listening. I see I'm looking at the things. I've got a lot of listens, especially over the past month or so. Had a whole lot of listeners. I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys listening. Again, and I see that it's dragged down the last couple episodes. The last couple episodes haven't been that great, and that's on me. And so I apologize for that. But I hope hopefully next week the episodes start being more fluid and more consistent and more listenable for you. Yes. So yes, I apologize again. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys for all your support. I really much appreciate it. So I will see you guys next week on Wednesday, recapping college football, the NFL, and anything happens in Major League Baseball, International Basketball Association, and obviously NXT TakeOver War Games happens, and we may talk about that as well. See you guys next time.